ERB is back, and they got Godzilla vs. King Kong. And before we go into it, this one, it's been in production hell for a while, over 3 years. Was it worth it? I wish I could say that the qualities are good enough for me to accept it. I just don't think 3 years is the good amount of wait time. We'll get to this reaction, obviously. It'll be a little different from the breakdown because this is more like our first reactions to what we can really say about these lines. Now, I've watched it a few times. Red, you've watched it a few times. I think this will be like my fifth time watching now.
Yeah, just I've listened to the video, the audio and the video on multiple occasions. So
yeah, because already a day in, this is kind of a thorn on ERB's side. It's not really something we were looking forward to. We just don't like the matchup. People may have been hype in 2021. The movie was coming out, but you know it died down, and now the sequel's coming out. They finally got it released. You know what? Let's just get into it. We'll explain what we can love about it, if any. What we can hate about it, what can drag it down, just anything. Let's go ahead and start. Well, I just paused it just at the first second where Godzilla starts, and okay, I had this problem with the audio too. It sounds a little bad mixing. Like, Godzilla's gonna keep going on. I just don't like the first impression right at the very second. Now, that shot of Godzilla in his title card, that was cool. King Kong, not as cool because of the lighting, just the lighting. I like the model, but I don't like that it's a Sasquatch model bought for $95. Yeah, the visuals have always been a controversial part of this, how it'll turn out. And Red, your thoughts?
You know, this is just such okay. I'll give credit where credit's due. I love the fact that they're even doing animation at all. That's really nice. Some of these shots do look well enough. My problem here is I think Kong's a little bit too zoomed out from the fucking camera.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, going back
a little too zoomed. Replicating his stance whenever he's standing up and causing havoc. That's sick. That's pretty accurate.
Yeah, so already in the title cards, Godzilla's got the upper hand, but we're not here to judge title cards. We're here to judge the fucking rap. So let's see.
That's right.
So we start with. Okay, look, yeah, introductory line. You know, from the depths of the sea, it's the king of the monsters. It's cool, but then you get, I'll chew you up, dog. This Kong's getting conquered now. Kong getting conquered, sure, little play on alliteration there for the words, but I'll chew you up, dog. Okay, you can kind of see, but yeah, okay, Godzilla chews stuff. I don't know, it's a little generic in that sense. Here's actually what I had come up with earlier. This is kind of an interesting line pick, I'd say. Like, say I wanted to rewrite that to sound a little better. How about, this brute is no Caesar, so this Kong's getting conquered. Because Caesar from Planet of the Apes, I kind of expected him to actually be mentioned. He's the other, you know, majorly known movie character who's intelligent monkey, but, you know, Godzilla playing on that fact, I kind of would have wanted it, because Caesar is a perfect way to include Kong getting conquered. Brute is, I'm explaining a little too much, but I don't know, if you like that line, like, I just think it would have worked better, rather than just, I'll chew you up, dog.
I kind of have no opinion on this. I mean, the wordplay can sound excellent enough, but it's just, yeah, people kind of overrate this line a little too much. I will say that it can be, you know, listened as clever wordplay, but I kind of don't see it. It's kind of a weak delivery. I don't really like this battle, I'll be honest with you guys. I kind of don't like this.
Yeah, we'll go through it. I am very mixed. I'll explain my mixed feelings next. Yeah, okay, so they're trying to make him, okay, yeah, and he already was like, dog. You know, cool, you know, attempt. I just don't think it really fits. Like, yeah, Godzilla could, you know, act all arrogant. I guess that's the contrast to, you know, Kong being like the underdog, under monkey, whatever in here. I don't think it's really that, like, impressive right now. Obviously, we'll get to the impressive parts. I do like some lines here. We'll get to them. But he's just saying, you know, hey, you seem lonely even though primates are usually social. There could be better ways to go about it. Now, I know this is a setup for the next lines. I think they just could cut this out. This feels a little fillery. I don't I don't think it really added much to the joke, which we'll actually get to. I think it's an impressive joke diss, but what came before it, yeah, I don't have much interest in those lines.
Oh boy, don't worry. This isn't the worst thing that's ever happened. We'll get there eventually. It's decent enough to me, though, I think. I mean, it does kind of tie into, oh, yeah, you're for a social primate, if you're feeling lonely, like, hey, yeah, that's kind of clever, I guess. I mean, I will say, though, the amount of syllables that's going into this line is sound a little bit jarbly to me, but that's like a little too much for them to say. But obviously, it's a fucking rap battle, but still, it's just kind of don't like the delivery, but I think the lyric is there. Or the line is there. Oh
Now,
my God.
after this, though, I will have something positive to say. Don't worry. Hold on. This next line. Hey, that's actually a pretty good, valid diss on Kong. Okay, so first of all, Godzilla, thank you for being a consent king, saying, hey, bro, that's trying to just force the girl to like you. Like, there are some iterations where Kong, gets the woman and he's, obviously trying to make himself feel sympathetic to her. So saying that she is like the only friend, Peter Jackson's remake of it, yeah, she did have that bit of trying to make a connection with him. I don't think it was much in the original, but in Peter Jackson specifically, I do recall that. Now to say that she actually does cringe at you, bro. She doesn't want anything more than friends. Actually, I think that's still a good way to incorporate that in the battle. So kudos to that line at least.
The original, it was mostly just a stereotypical screaming girl, trope. So, but then the remake, exactly, hence the fucking line. But Peter Jackson's version, Naomi Watts' Anne Darrow, she's a lot more fleshed out, obviously.
Good character. I mean, obviously,
yeah, they definitely refined her to a lot. I quite liked her, the iteration of her Faye Rays, but I like both. But I think this line works. I mean, hell, it's like the biggest aspect of King Kong to be dissed about, so that's actually really good. I liked it.
Yeah, of course. But after this, well, this one's got mixed feelings, but yeah, this is why I say the joke from before about, him not being very social, he's a little lonely. Like, it's going on for 6 lines. Those 4 lines worked enough, to say, when I crushing on a girl, it's the foot she comes under. That's a good bar. Chimpanzee, there's a lot of mixed feelings on that. Some people think, like, oh, lame pun. I don't mind it. Maybe it could have been simian, still referring to monkey. Maybe that could have worked. In any case, yeah, this is still fine for right now. It's actually improving.
Chimpanzee. I mean, yeah, that's actually nice, I guess. The fact that Simp's even being utilized in ERB, and I thought fucking woke was worse than Indiana Jones versus Lara Croft, but okay.
Well, it is, yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'll give them leeway in Simp hasn't been used before, so why not add it here? I just don't want to hear it again. I guess that's what I can say.
I actually agree with you there. Yep, okay. That's true. I agree.
Another good point that Godzilla's making against Kong, he's actually, by the end of the movie, he's just chained up because they managed to drug him up and drag him to New York. Oh yeah, the internal rhyme with that's actually pretty cool. So yeah, this is getting to like really good territory. We're about to get to among my favorites soon, actually.
I do think that whole rhyme scheme was pretty fucking dope. I'm not gonna lie to you, that was pretty sick. And I do like how the material is well enough utilized for him to diss on him about that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that was some clever rhyme scheming. I thought that was really catchy, and he's really in pocket with the beat. And I do like the references to the films.
Yeah.
And that was really, really clever usage. And I liked how they incorporated that reference to Kong getting pretty fucking haywired on that berry juice he did in the original Kong vs. Godzilla movie, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I'll say some shots like this one, it can look a little rough. So yeah, overall, Godzilla has some rough visuals, but he kind of knew that. I don't mind that they, went with this model. It's just, I think they could have gone with the better, more serious model where it's like, he has more jagged edges and that looks more like the Godzilla you'd expect. This one's got a little too much cheeks on the face.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah, okay, so eat up his whole city like Tokyo Play, which I would assume play on words, not familiar with it, but hey, bragging about how he normally always destroys the city, but King Kong, when he tries to destroy a city, he's always taken down by the planes, getting shot. Here comes the airplane, and we know Freshie Canal had written it. Props to him, he managed to get the writing credit. I think it's a good joke, but now, Red, your thoughts on the joke you've told me before?
I think it's something that a fucking 5-year-old would say, like, I just don't really like its inclusion here, man. It just doesn't feel right. I mean, well, okay, look. Within context, you might think that it's brutal enough because yeah, motherfucker got shot up by airplanes. It's like another biggest aspect of Kong being well utilized. I think that they should. I think it would have been better if it was more aggressively direct at Kong, as well. I mean, it is, but I mean, in the sense that oh yeah, this will be like all of your films at all the end of your films getting shot up by airplanes or just getting blasted or something along those lines of a clever wordplay with that, kind of like that. But no, I feel that this wasn't really that good of a usage of the airplane discs.
Yeah, I would
But the thing
disagree with
after
it.
this though was a lot better.
Yeah. Oh yes, this line.
Dropping off the empire, feel like Jussie Smollett. This beat down is real.
Oh, that may be my favorite, but oh, I love how clever it is with Jussie Smollett was on the show Empire. He got kicked out of it just because he faked Trump supporters beat him up. But yeah, the fucking police report was all false. Oh my god, this line was actually really great. I love how it's ending right now. So yeah, weak verse starter, getting to a great finisher. Like, I do love this line.
Honestly, I fucking don't.
Okay.
This battle covered like a bento and I'll make an ass out of you like Nintendo did.
Well, I don't think I really can say much on, covered like a bento lid. Like, they kind of have that, sense of doing that a little often for the first line. I got this covered like gravy on poutine. This one, I kind of don't get, like, bento lid. I don't know if it was like a Japanese thing that's often used. But then make an ass out of you like Nintendo did. I'm so glad there's a Donkey Kong reference and it's subtle. I don't just want to hear like Donkey Kong name drop and that's it. But no, ass out of you like Nintendo did because of Donkey and ass. And the fucking lawsuit between Nintendo and RKO, I think that's a clever way to integrate it.
I think it's good enough. I mean, a Donkey Kong reference was kind of inevitable, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, props for
I
that
think it's
integration at least.
It was bound to exist, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so he's trying to throw it back like, oh no, I actually just play Rampage because yeah, the Rampage movie was trying to be like a Kong movie. I think he's trying to hype himself up from that. And then Beauty kills the Beast, play on the quote, but then you just ain't pretty. So yeah, he'll take a few shots at how Godzilla looks, but yeah, he does look rough. Like, was that intentional? I don't think so, but yeah, adding to how Godzilla looks good in this fucking shot here, I don't know what's up with his face. God. Zilla.
Oh, God.
When you're hanging with these monkey bars, you ain't got punchlines, you barely even got arms. You can't.
Yeah, hanging with these monkey bars, you barely got arms for the punchlines. I think it's cool. It's getting a little there. Like, he's already starting this verse stronger than Godzilla's, I'd say.
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, there's some, again, nice, unique lyricism going on here, but
I will say though, the visuals, I'm not too much of a fan of the visuals, how right now he's a little blue-gray, but later on he'll be black. He could have just been black furred the whole time. I would have preferred that. I know it's the moonlit kind of thing, and they're probably playing a little more with how the environment will look, so it changes up. I think it's, getting a little too ambitious to just try to change everything.
All the base for Frankenstein, first time we made a movie, and I dumped on you like Barkley at the base of Mount Fuji.
I didn't get too much the references with this. I do know it's referencing with Charles Barkley and how Frankenstein fought Kong, and now when he fought Godzilla, it's something else. But I will say, it's like a little deep cut for the fans. I guess that's what I can appreciate from it.
I think it did also tie into this one little comment. I'm pretty sure Charles Barkley wasn't there specifically, but Godzilla was there to do some hops and shit and score some basketballs, and there was a commercial with Barkley and Godzilla fucking hanging out and shit.
I will
it's pretty funny.
I will like that they incorporated it nicely. I don't mind that they're referencing something that real fans would get. Like, this is kind of what some people do want.
And then the Frankenstein thing that was supposed to be a concept where Godzilla, or I think it was King Kong, that was supposed to battle Frankenstein, but they ended up opting out for Godzilla instead.
Oh yeah, Frankenstein's monster.
That's right. Yep. Frankenstein's monster, and that was the whole reference to it.
Face facts, Kegels, you can't feel things yourself, so they bring the mammal and the nurture feels back to hell.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I wasn't sure what it was referencing, but it's like saying just, Kong's the mammal. Mammals actually know how to nurse people, referring to humans and all. But I would say this isn't like too horrendous. I don't know, because I think Godzilla is more popular anyway, so I don't know if it's like exactly right for him to say that, maybe?
No, I mean, I will say though, it is kind of a funny way of saying that, yeah, you know what, your films weren't really that good until they brought me in. I thought that was actually kind of funny. This is
Oh yeah,
a little bit of a kind of degrading Godzilla.
yeah, that
His
could work.
popularity.
Yeah, because I
To
don't
be
know.
funny.
It's we're just now getting the third Godzilla versus Kong movie. In any case, there's some truth to it for some people. I don't feel like it's too impactful for me, but that's just me.
Close to me, I'm as old as death row. Ripping RKO, and we don't have to tell her.
Yeah, a little bit of bragging there. Kong came first, but also how he has his own film production that isn't as bad as how Toho treats Godzilla. I think that's what it's getting for. And yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah. I don't know.
Wonder of the world and the word when I rhyme. If you think you're mine, take a thing with mine. Just say
Yeah, now I want to get to this part that when I heard the audio, it's a little weird, but now I do get it. The here's your sign part. Now, I will say that's a clever use for it, but it's not the most clever use. Like, here's your sign, and just, it's just a sign language, but I think there could have been a little more to it. And what came before that, if you think your mind can compete with mine, is he like trying to just get a little bit out of Tesla's verse now? That's what it felt like to me. It didn't really go anywhere. It's not like hard.
The sign language could work. I just think that it kind of breaks his flow a little bit because you would think he's leading up to something a lot more hard hitting.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's what I think.
Kind of gave the incentive, and it just kind of went nowhere with that. And I did think it's funny at best, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
I'd agree there.
when I rhyme. If you think you're mine, take a thing with mine. Just say you're batting this captain, your words don't match your actions. You weren't even the bombest monster from the CG was cracking.
And that's a pretty good one. I like the integration of Kraken. What's Kraken? Captions don't match your actions. So that's a pretty cool internal rhyme as well. So I'd say he's getting really good for like the final part of the verse. I don't know if it's going as hard as Godzilla's first verse, where he's doing more hits towards him. But yeah, I'm still liking how it's consistent at least.
I agree. I think it works for what it is.
Stay in your land and the rising goldfish and rice. Come to New York and King Kong will bring on look your life.
Oh, I'm not into this finisher. I'm not into most of the finishers here, actually. So, I mean, it's just like insulting, you're from Japan, the land of the rising goldfish and rice. I don't know. Some people do like Japanese cuisine, to each their own. But New York, King Kong will bing bong fuck your life. That's just a viral video. That's I think ERB kind of could, limit themselves as to what their trending phrase they'll use, because it'll seem a little dated, but also not like impactful. Like this as a finisher, it's not much at all. And we'll get to another kind of trending thing. You know what I'm talking about. Whatever.
I hate this fucking line.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that is actually a good, like, Hollow Earth obviously being a part of their universe. I think that's a good line to use as part of it. I think that they're kind of like saying, "Oh, your threats are empty." That's been used 3 times now with this battle. So yeah, I don't mind it. I guess it's not the worst use of it between the 3 anyway.
I will say that the mixing for Godzilla is a lot more audible here, and it's a lot more clear cut.
Yeah,
It's
there's
a lot more.
it just it's mixed differently in each part. So man, there's oh my god, the audio was so much of the big problem people had. But and now he's saying your threats are nothing, but here's mine. Don't tempt me. I'll blast your ass and whatnot. Monkey.
That was some shit you just threw. What kind you come back in specific?
It is nice. Yeah, I do like how his lines are interwoven into what he's saying. So that's
true.
nice.
It was kind of weird for me when I heard the audio, but now it sounds a little clearer to how it's flowing. And that was some shit you threw. It's kind of expected. Oh, monkeys throw shit. Yeah, I think I've heard that in a few other battles, so it's not the craziest thing. And worst kaiju comebacks in specific room 2. I think that's fine. I know that they will have to bring in other kaiju franchises as part of line references, so not bad at least.
Yeah, it's a solid diss. That's it.
This kid stop sending Manila. You couldn't measure up to the sin of Godzilla.
Yeah, just kid stuff, send in Manila. I guess you'd kind of expect that to be a rhyme. And then Shin of Godzilla referencing 2016 movie. I think it's still a cool part of it. It's just, getting a little more, references, but not really getting to disses and all.
Godzilla's cheekbones are a little bit too bothersome for my liking.
Yeah. I will say the buildings look cool. I think Godzilla's second verse is at least the best looking one between them. Well, more in the background. Godzilla still looks goofy.
Some close-up shots do kind of encapsulate that horror feeling that he's supposed to give off.
True.
I mean, it kind of is varies, whether or not you find Godzilla horrifying or not. I personally find him pretty scary.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on what version it is,
And
of course. But
these angles we'll get to right now. Man, just as I was complimenting how the background looks, he goes with one of the worst lines, and yeah. So yeah, just stick your tongue wrestling. It's kind of like a little vague, just like, oh, go back to doing this and whatnot. But then he says, like, it's such a joke. Jack Black's in the remake. You have no right to talk, Godzilla. You're goofy as hell. You're fucking drop kicking from sliding across the land with your tail. I don't know what the hell that was.
yeah, there's no reason to shit talk Jack Black. Listen, I don't understand how the fuck that's supposed to be a diss at all, because the Peter Jackson remake is pretty acclaimed.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's a lot of people that don't fucking like it, and I don't get why you don't like it, but whatever, to each their own.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's really nothing wrong with that fucking movie at all. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah.
Personally, it is without bias. I think it is one of the greatest movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
but yeah, here's why I
it's
think
great
that.
stuff.
Here's why I think that line was written.
Your fish lips around tenacious D, you ain't a rap Godzilla, more like Brave.
Okay, so he did shut down immediately the Jack Black slander of fucking, Tenacious D's. I guess I really don't care that at this point they're still writing the D's nuts jokes, but yeah, at least, going against Jack Black joke. Oh yeah, well, it was tightened fish lips around Tenacious D's. I mean, yeah, okay, cool. Like I said, it was just kind of, the Jack Black line was written just to have that, I suppose, and then, why does King Kong farts? You haven't had a fart joke since Sarah Palin versus Lady Gaga. That was really pointless.
God damn, that was so many years ago.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My God, it's
literal shit.
Yeah, because what was the creative choice there, Peter and Lloyd? I don't get it.
I don't like it either.
More like Pray to Me. That wasn't even a good line to go with. So
I don't like this line.
Yeah.
Japan, you were a metaphor for nuclear war, but in Hollywood they left your balls on the cutting room floor.
Lloyd still isn't pronouncing nuclear right, but yeah. But okay, so the line is actually good though. Godzilla is a big metaphor for the atomic bomb dropping on Japan, and he's best associated with that. He's also changed to other types of dangers of the world, which I think is cool. That's a really great part of Godzilla's history. But yeah, as he said, in Hollywood he comes to get the movies, and they just like let him go out as a monster, nothing really big or symbolic of him. So yeah, and cutting room floor, cutting his balls off. I think that's cool. That's a really good diss on him.
It is. Because it is actually true.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I mean, Godzilla was pretty neutered after a certain era of films.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't make sense. I mean, if you've seen what Hollywood's been doing, I mean, -1 is pretty much in-house with Toho, I'd assume.
Yeah.
It's more Japanese-centric. So,
of course, and people say it's among the best really Hollywood. Now, if not the best.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. So
That's
yeah,
right.
I guess
but,
you can leave it to Japan, not Hollywood, as we know.
Exactly. But Kong has a point, though. He's not fucking wrong.
Of course.
And then the 90s didn't make you any cooler. What kind of bumpy chump gets punked by Ferris Bueller?
Yeah, Ferris Bueller being mentioned, I think that has to do a reference with them. At first I was thinking like, if they were like competing for the box office or something. I think it's something different though. Like I said, this is just like a first reaction. I'm not trying to get to all the references like I would in a breakdown.
It's a reference to the actor that
Matthew Broderick.
That wasn't. Thank you. Matthew Broderick was in the 1998 Godzilla film, and it was fucking terrible. And he did actually end up beating that version of Godzilla.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay. Yeah. See, that's a cool thing about it. So I do think that's a kind of funny way to put it. Like Kong's doing his own rhyme scheming, and I think that's neat. Like he's kind of going harder now.
But that's kind of pathetic, though, bro. Come on, like your other iteration gets fucking defeated by a regular dude. That's kind of pathetic. I mean, then again, Kong has no reason to fucking talk either. He does get punked out by humans too. Let's be real.
In any case,
but
ending the hey, this is the best verse finisher. I'll say.
Go ahead and blow blue.
I agree.
You cold blue. I'm an oxygen destroyer, and now you're O2.
Oh yeah, that's a really good one. Oxygen Destroyer from the first movie. Now you're O2, 02. Oh man, I do like the way, like when ERB gets clever, they go hard with that. I just wish there could have been more to that we could expect from their writing. I do like this battle for doing that, but then there's other things that drag it down, as I'm saying right now.
Wow, you actually unintentionally rhymed there.
Huh.
That was pretty funny.
ERB, hire me.
Yeah, that was better than this whole battle. Oh wait, anyway, we're still recording.
Yeah, let's
anyway.
go ahead.
Try to talk about the atom. Used to be for 20,000 fathoms. Couldn't fathom.
Okay, when I heard the audio, this part, if Godzilla sounded so much cleaner and more comprehensible, and then he just sounded like this at the start of the third verse. I'd love it. It's so impactful if they kept it that way. Instead, I'm just sitting like, this part sounds so great. Too bad he sounds like that for the whole battle, so that way I can't really appreciate it for what it is. But it gets so different with the audio, the sonic sound of it. It builds up. It's amazing. This is like what the battle should strive to be the whole time, and this is why I'm so frustrated with it, though.
Wholeheartedly agree on this statement. He sounded. Why the fuck does he sound normal here, though?
Yeah, but in any case,
why does he sound fine?
Look, it's very rare that Peter's character ever gets to do a fast rap. I think it's cool that they let him go out for this one. It sounds so great. It's like got this like it's got like a one of those, I don't know if it's like a submarine sound, but it's like underwater beeping or something. It's just so cool. But also, why do the visuals suck at this part? They had to balance it out, I guess.
That one little shark in the back just chilling, just saying, "Man, what the fuck am I doing in this battle?"
I'm sorry, ERB, that the underwater part it's not fully fleshed out. And yeah, a lot of people say this is undercooked. Yeah, there's so much to say on the visuals that we don't even need to say. Everyone else has said it.
No, you did mention that the fast verse. Rarely does Peter ever do that type of scheme.
I think David Copperfield.
He actually did it with. I would say Boba Fett was the first time he did it.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Was on the very last end of his verse. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then I think this is his second time doing it now. I mean, he did it a bit with Copperfield, like barely did a little bit with it.
Even now, I can't really say like the foot of Lady. Yeah, this is hard to say. The foot of Lady Liberty is stomping on your elephant. Yeah, it's really hard to say, but it is cool when he does that.
Hey, Peter can rap. Mm-hmm. I mean, Lloyd could do it too, but Peter could fucking do it too. He could.
I do love when Peter stands out. Peter, just we love you for that. Please don't take this the wrong way when we're criticizing this so harshly.
But just don't ever tongue wrestle the microphone and audio again, please. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, he's doing a little braggadocious part. I don't really get much of what he's saying with the, rhyming with the double bass. Turns Skull Island into Pompeii. It's still very cool, but he's not really hitting too hard like he did in the previous verse, I'd say.
Double bass line is a reference to how his roar was made. It was by a rubber glove, and they used some type of violin pull. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
So that's, cool. That's how his roar was made in the original movies.
Nice. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice little deep cut as well. This is the most basic line you can make out of saying Harambe. It's a fan-made battle style line. You can be more clever. Like, I don't know, take more shots because Harambe got shot. Like, say something about shots, I guess. That's as far as I'd go, or just don't, use Harambe because he was from 2015.
But then it'd also be repeating him getting shot by airplanes again.
True, yeah.
So, but then this Harambe line is a little bit inexcusable. I don't really like it either. So
rhyming it with flambe, yeah, I know the rhyming's limited for that word, but yeah, it wasn't really amounting to much. Like, they're kind of acting like it was. That's what I feel.
Yes.
Yeah, a haiku being a part of the rap battle. Yeah, that's pretty hype. Him being Japanese and all, Japanese character. Yeah, this is really cool for him to get that way, like keeping the internal rhymes too. See, this is why I talk about when Godzilla vs. Kong had the potential in it, wasn't really met to our standards. Sometimes it shines out like this, sometimes it'll be dragged down, unfortunately.
I wholeheartedly agree on that.
See me out like I did to Mechanical. Fuck you and the blues you wrote in on.
Well, okay, before we get to Kong's final verse, I don't like that sometimes the references are just, they're just there. The fuck you and the balloons you wrote in on. There could definitely be more clever integrations of just that. Like, yeah, okay, it's goofy, but you can do better. Like, Monkey See Me outdo you like I did to Mechanicon. That's a cool bar. Why does his last finisher not give that impact?
It sounds like a rapper trying to make a diss track and trying to be all try hard and shit. That's how Godzilla feels like.
You are right there, yeah.
Yeah, and Mechagodzilla showing up for no reason, or not really no reason, but he just kind of shows up, like just like teleports in there, like, and he's nodding his head like a badass. I will admit Mechagodzilla looks fucking awesome.
Yeah,
as a cameo.
Too bad it was just a second, but hey, yeah, we take what we can get at this point with this one. Oh man, Oh lord, the 3 years on this one.
That was more disappointing than your anime.
Well, Kong agrees, that was more disappointing than his anime, to have to wait for it. But yeah, some people have a problem with him enunciating it like that. I don't mind it too much. I guess it's like a little change of pace. I think it's kind of funny how he's doing it. But yeah, it's kind of, again, just referencing because it exists. The anime, it's a little... It was a little disappointing, might as well say that. I guess this isn't even the worst offender in those cases, but yeah.
I didn't even know there was even a Godzilla anime.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect it, like, do you know Godzilla has an anime? Oh yeah, sure, I would definitely expect that, dude. Because, you know, Japanese icon.
You know what? Yeah, well, I haven't seen it, and I don't think I want to see it now.
Yep.
Like 98 is just another emulate. You ugly monster fucker, still don't know how you got pregnant. Your whole suit's a big rubber.
This may be my favorite diss overall. I know I'm still between this and the Empire Jussie Smollett one. This was a really great diss. Like, come on, if you have to have Godzilla in one, you're gonna fucking bring up how he got pregnant out of nowhere. It's kind of weird because, like, Godzilla, you know, I wasn't sure if he was female from that or whatever, because, you know, in other cases like Alien and Predator, I remember there was like a robot chicken sketch where, you know, they're on a date and it's obviously like Xenomorph is female, so they made it that way. That's how I knew, because of that sketch, with Predator being male. But yeah, in this one I was also unsure, like, is Godzilla, like, what's the gender?
In the 98 movie, yeah, that version of Godzilla, it's not even Godzilla, really. I mean, that fucking movie is trash. Gotta hate it. I had the displeasure of seeing it, and I've seen a bunch of reviews, so I kind of know everything about it, really. Well, not everything, but most of everything. In the movie, apparently, it's a female, and he ends up, oh my god, I keep saying he ends up giving birth to... They changed the gender, I guess. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. Is he asexual or something? I don't know.
Yeah, it just leads to confusing
yeah, what
questions.
fucking dumb movie. Jesus Christ. God, fuck that movie.
Well, I mean, this... Yeah, you gotta reference it. You gotta diss that shit. This is just funny in the way that, like, you know, you ugly Mothra fucker. Still don't know how you got pregnant. Your whole suit's a big rubber. Reference to the original Godzilla suit. Yeah, this is a great line. Oh, man. I wish it could save the battle more, but it's going on long enough, so yeah.
Nice little reference to Mothra, too, because she did appear at the very beginning, I believe, with Rodan. So, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, for this one, he's just saying, you know, no Monsterverse, yeah, reference to that again. Like, yeah, that's expected, but again, it's like, you know, the references are there. They're not the worst integrations, but they are, you know, they're kind of just, like, not that cleverly used. Also, the Honda Civic vehicle, whatever. Look, we're getting to the end. Can I just, like, you know, leave my brain out of this?
I hate this battle.
And here's why I'm saying this. This is the worst visual in the whole series, because up to this day of release, I never thought, what's the worst visual of the series? I see this. Oh man, this is the worst visual of the series. Can we all agree on that? What the hell was that?
Actually.
What the hell is that? He just swings with his tail. Godzilla just brings it back to the rock, back to him. I didn't even get to the line. What the fuck was the line? What was Kong doing? Just like he got hit back by the rock. He was playing baseball with him. Gotta you know, step a little back. He hit me. I don't know what that was.
Actually, oh, that's supposed to be a reference to the original movie where Kong ends up tossing that fucking rock at him and it hits him, and then he ends up swinging it back with his tail.
They tried.
That's a reference to that.
They tried, I guess. That's all I can say.
The original movie did it better.
Yeah.
The original movie did it better.
Yeah.
Fuck this battle. That's right.
Yeah, this... I guess this sunset is the best thing I can say about looking at it right now.
It ain't Godzilla's tail.
Yeah, this is getting a little generic by the end of it. I'm sorry, Kong, but I didn't get much out of those lines. I don't think you did either.
You're right. And that tree reference kind of sucked. This is really kind of obligatory because you know he did that, shove a tree down his throat.
And we know what's coming with this visual. Oh, that tree didn't kill him. Oh, he just stepped back a little too. I don't know what the hell that was.
No, guys, we waited 3 years for this shit. Let's keep that in mind, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, Apex great with the ape axe. I mean, cool rhyme scheme and all. It's kind of expected, you know, Apex Predator. Alright. And, you know, just this is all monsters attack, recycle crap. Alright, sure, yeah. Valid, I guess?
And he also wields an axe too.
Yeah,
So,
of course.
I guess pretty nice rhyme scheme. It's decent enough. I don't care for it.
Yeah, and let's finish the battle here.
Like all monsters attack, they're about to recycle crap. This awful gorilla won't be bringing no silver bells. Just like Ryan Cranston even dances the first act.
Well, yeah, that's how they end the battle. You know, okay, this wasn't really a great finisher at all. Just like Bryan Cranston, you've been dead since the first act. All right, cool, but yeah, that's where we end it. I don't think that fit is a finisher, but yeah, I mean, Silverback Gorilla. I guess that's another pun. So yeah, as we said, there's so much mixed feelings on this. In your case, Red, more negative. In my case, I want to like it for what we've got because I know they did their best. I know they, worked so hard on it for so many years. You even see them dancing in the outro.
Honestly, I'm gonna sound like an asshole, but I don't care how much they really worked into this. What matters is that the fucking writing in this it was not worth the matchup of doing it for 3 years. I don't care for this shit. Like,
yeah, sorry to say, but yeah, we do have to be critical where it stands. In your case, you were definitely just not looking forward to it, anything. You gave props. You did give props where you could. And, well, let's say this. Better than Lara Croft versus Indiana Jones?
is this better than Banner versus Jenner? Yes. Yes, it is.
Okay, yeah, we can start.
I'll say that. You wanna know why? Because it's characters I fucking like. Okay. Well, I do like the Hulk too, but he got fucking violated.
Oh, true.
So that was nice. So
yeah, but Lara Croft versus Indiana Jones, at least, I still enjoy this one more, I guess.
And the animation is enough of a treat to look at visually, so that's pretty cool, I guess. But some of the lines do stand out. There are some genuinely badass lines, like Godzilla's, like half of the end of Godzilla's end verse was my favorite of the entire battle. I think the whole rhyme scheme he did was nice, and I love the disses with it. But my God.
So anyway, now final thoughts on this.
No, sorry. I fucking hate this battle.
Yeah, mixed feelings on my end, negative feelings on your end. Hey, look, I will say it's funny that beat was not the first time a rap battle had the beat. Our friend Mr. J, of course, got it for Gordon Ramsay versus Simon Cowell. So not only did Mr. J beat them to the punch on the beat, Epic Rap Battle Parodies beat them to the punch on the matchups just for making it within a couple days. Oh my lord, ERB, you're gonna hate me, but the thumbnail is better, actually. I'm a little weirded out with your thumbnail on ERB. It's just, it's what I kind of expected, actually, for Kong vs. Godzilla.
ERB did it first.
Again.
Yeah. The fourth time.
Yeah, well, now all I can say is, yeah, this wasn't worth the 3 years, okay? Look, there's subjective opinions and all, and you know what, I do really like, as much mixed feelings I have, I actually like seeing that there's so many things across the board, like when I saw a lot of people just give everything that they thought, S tier, F tier, like, look, this is an interesting entry in ERB, I guess I can say that, and this is like a matter of, like, so many things you were expecting, like, the only opinion, I guess, that I can't really accept is just that this was worth the hype. No, we could have gotten 5 ERBs, instead of them working on this the whole time, and the matchup shouldn't have just happened, and good lord, did the hype die down anyway from just the movies, but yeah.
I can't believe this fucking matchup won that poll.
RIP. But yeah, Jigsaw versus Kevin should have been it.
They nearly won. It was robbed. Without anything on that list. I mean, I will admit the other options are kind of ass, but I think Jigsaw versus Kevin really should have been it. It's
yeah,
funny,
but in any case,
yeah,
this had,
as much as I don't like Jigsaw, but
this had great stuff to it, we can admit, but it's in a sea of mid, and maybe even like, oh, good lord, ERB, you're not what you used to be, but props to the hard work, dedication, and all. It just shouldn't have actually been worked on fully if it was gonna be so much effort that it was gonna be painstakingly hard to go through. But it's out now, and we can look forward to maybe they get their schedule back.
I find doubts in that because we're totally not getting Jackie Chan versus Tom Cruise or anything.
Oh wait, that one a poll.
Oh wait, sorry.
Hey, Jinx.
Oh, that one a poll. Yeah, it's oh wait, typo. Sorry, I meant to say Evil Knievel. Don't have me.
Well, anyway.
I don't.
Yeah, I know a lot of the other reactors had disagreed. They're like, all beast mode and whatnot. But I don't know. We're built different.
As the kids say, whatever the fuck they say nowadays.
Whatever they say nowadays, Peter's going to use in the next one.
Yeah, it feels like how do you do, kids? It's really how it feels like with this. Really,
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
hey,
there's no passion about this.
whenever there was good stuff, there was good stuff. ERB kind of shined through, but yeah, Ford versus Marks, I appreciated a lot more, especially for how it did sonically. This one, oh man, it was a bit of a slug to go through and understand, but I was listening to it like, you know, just while I was out at one point, and I kind of like realized, hey, I'm not really like actually feeling the verses because I could barely hear shit from Godzilla anyway. But yeah, you know, I hope this, you know, can kind of be a lesson to them. Keyblade did the audio better.
He was better. He did it twice, by the way. It's better than this shit.
Yeah, props to him.
And EVP did it better, unironically.
Yeah, fun year. Oh yeah, that's it. Sorry if it bummed you out, but we'll see what the future holds. I kind of wish it could be a little more cheerful on it. We kind of have to give the honest thoughts. ERB can come back with bangers if they actually do and put that much effort like they used to.
Exactly. Just do FTR versus Ronald Reagan. Then it'll be on track.
Hopefully this year, but yeah, yeah. Hey, we still haven't reacted to an ERB that was actually like worth the quality. But until next time, we're just gonna leave it there.
That's right.
As an addendum to our reaction, I'd like to acknowledge our friend Stoffrix, who let us know about his own contributions to the battle via research he provided to Freshy Canal, and we could let ERB know to update this information in the description. His love for the characters deserves the credit for the hard work he did, so we'd like to thank him for the help, since it could have been what led to the great moments here.